Rural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, enjoying that beautiful sunshine out there. It'd be nice if the temperatures corresponded, but hey, we'll take it as it goes. A little bit of a wind as well. Temperatures hovering in that mid to upper 20s, all up and down the lower peninsula and the upper peninsula. We do have a few cities that are just a tad cooler, a few cities not that much warmer than what we are right here. And as I said, we're expecting, and we have received some sunshine so far. It's going to be spotty. We'll see more clouds than sun. We started the morning off a little bit on the interesting side with some very slick roads in a number of areas. Did take some folks a little bit longer to get where they wanted to go. But hopefully you made it without much problem at all. Quite a few accidents earlier this morning on some of the major roadways. We were talking more than a dozen before 7 o'clock this morning. Matthew, right now with those with the sunshine, those temperatures are trying to climb a little bit. Where are we at?
Currently, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 26. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 27. Here at Radio Center, we have some flurries and it's 25. We have northwest winds at 17 miles per hour, gusting up to 30 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.02 and it's steady.
Other than Midland, we've got a handful of cities that are looking at 27 degrees, and that's pretty much it. No one else is any warmer than that. Colder in the lower peninsula, dropped down to about 22, 23 degrees, and that's the chilliest. Gaylord right now has 21. Cadillac is looking at 21 as well, but everybody else is warmer than that in the lower peninsula. But you take a look at the upper peninsula, again, upper teens, low 20s, very consistent until you get over on the west side, and in particular Ironwood. They're reporting light snow this hour, and it is 8 degrees there, and they have a west wind about 10 miles per hour. So you travel up that part, you're looking at a wind chill of about 5 below. Houghton with light snow and a northwest wind at 20 is looking at a wind chill of 10 below zero. Same thing with Sawyer Gwynn, 10 below zero. Our wind chill is below zero, and it does appear as though it's going to stay that way for the next several days. We're not really going to warm up any more than what we are right now. We owe it all to a high-pressure system, which is north of North Dakota, well up into Canada. That high is not going to go anywhere very quick. So as a result, the colder air is going to be a part of our weather forecast to take us all the way through the weekend and into a good part, if not all, of the week next week. The high pressure is an upper level high, and as a result, it is keeping a lot of activity, storm activity, to the south, cutting through the central part of the continental United States. All eyes right now are on a system that is going to be developing over the next 24 hours. It'll be developing over Oklahoma. And right now, it is going to try to move a little bit further north. It might have some luck, but we're looking for the pathway of that system to take it from, let's say, Kansas, Missouri, almost right straight east. And by late in the weekend, first part of the work week next week, that low is going to be situated in the Atlantic just east of North Carolina. So that gives you a pretty good idea of the pathway of that system. What is going to be happening is that system is going to intensify as it begins to move to the east, and in particular into Missouri. Once it hits that area, that region in the continental United States, it's going to literally explode into a major storm system. To the south of it, it is going to be severe weather. It's going to be tornadoes, thunderstorms, all of that sort of stuff. and that is going to be running across, I want to say, the border pretty much between Tennessee and the southern Gulf states. So we're looking at Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, all the way in through there. Severe weather is going to be a part of the weather picture for them. Not so much today and not so much tomorrow. But as we move into Sunday and Monday and latter part or the morning part of Tuesday, they're going to get a lot of severe weather. The next step up, which is going to be the Tennessee Valley, they're going to be looking at freezing precipitation, more liquid than the flurries. But once you get north of the Ohio River, now you're starting to talk more along the lines of snow. And winter storm watches right now are being posted for Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Illinois, southern Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, and all that is going to be up. The watches and the warnings will start off on Sunday and go through Monday. So as we mentioned yesterday, if you're going to be traveling down into that part of the country, you are going to run into some major travel problems. North of the Ohio River, it's going to be snow, and some of the forecasts are looking at least 8 to 12 inches of snow for that part of the country. You get into Kentucky and Tennessee, it's going to be more along the lines of freezing precipitation, icing, thickening of ice. And then once you get a little bit further to the south of Tennessee, you're going to be seeing more in the way of rain, heavy rains, thunderstorm, and potential tornadic activity there. So keep that in mind as this system moves through. There will be another system kind of similar to this one, but not, I don't think, as strong. That one is going to be cutting through, I believe, the tail end of next week. And right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be affecting our weather either. If we do see snow in Michigan, it will be along and south the I-94 corridor up to I-69. There could be maybe a snow shower or snow flurry, but more of that is going to be coming from lake effect activity other than the system itself, the low pressure that's going to be moving from the west to the east through that part of the country. So cloudy, some spotty sun. Some of you a little bit more sun than others. Breezy, northwest wind. We'll see some northwest breezes gusting to 25 and 30 miles per hour, which is what we're seeing this hour. High temperature, 26, 27 degrees. That's going to be about it. 17 for a low tonight. There will be some breaks in the clouds tonight as well, so there will be some stars out there. 17. A west wind still gusting to 25 miles per hour. So it is going to be very cold tonight. Tomorrow, cloudy, spotty snow around, clearing in the overnight period, looking at a high of 23 with a low of 15. That'll be tomorrow. We'll still have a west breeze, but it won't be gusting nearly as bad tomorrow. But still 15 to 20 miles per hour coming out of the west. Then we'll see an increase in the winds on Saturday night, coming out of the west, gusting to 25 miles per hour. And then Sunday, we'll start off with partly cloudy skies because things will be clearing off on Saturday night. Looking for a high temperature on Sunday of 23. We're not really going to drop off all that much on Sunday night. 19 will be our low Sunday evening. We're still going to see some winds. Northwest wind on Sunday, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Monday, mostly cloudy skies, 25 for a high, 20 for a low on Monday night with partly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy to start the day off with clouds increasing on Tuesday, 28 for a high, 15 for a low. Then on Wednesday, back to the clouds, 22 for a high, 10 for a low. Thursday, we'll see some sun around, 22 for a high on Thursday, 10 for a low on Thursday night. To take us all the way through the 16th of the month, starting at midweek next week, temperatures will be running much below normal for this time of the year. Precipitation patterns here in Michigan will be average. And again, the majority of the precipitation is going to come from lake effect and not from any systems that will be moving across the continental United States. Record high in the state set back in 2004, 56. The record low is 8 below zero, set in 1979 and tied in 1981. A year ago today, 35 was our high, 25 was our low. Sun will set this evening at 5:13, rise tomorrow morning at 8:09. Incidentally, the warmest ever on the 3rd of January, 1950. 56 was our high, 41 was our low. The coldest ever, you guessed it, 1979. 6 was our high, 8 below zero was our low. And the most amount of snow on a January 3rd, you got to go back before the 21st century, 1999, 6.9 inches of snow. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew, standing by. Who do we have?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, reminding you better be prepared, Mr. Farmer. Take advantage of the good things and cover yourself against the bad by working with the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency for whatever you need for crop insurance. They're keeping up with all the rule changes. They know what's going on, and they'll know when things change and how it's going to affect you. Remember, the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. We say good morning, first of all, to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Gary, did you draw the short straw today?
Well, I think I did draw the short straw. There's a lot of red on the board here this morning, Terry.
Well, I took a look at the wheat, and I don't want to look any further.
Well, probably just as well you didn't. So, yeah, we, after, for corn and beans yesterday, we made some new short-term highs during yesterday's session. And, soybeans were kind of stopped by the 100-day moving average, and corn is kind of losing steam as it kind of approaches some overbought conditions. But yeah, good opportunity for growers to price some yesterday. Some orders hit yesterday, so that was good. And then the other thing is we're seeing some private analysts increasing production estimates in Brazil yesterday morning, and some concerns around the Chinese economy are starting to boil over a little bit into the global markets, including the commodities here. So yeah, just a lot of bearishness going on to finish out the week here.
So right now, what do you have on the board, Gary?
Yeah, cash wheat currently down 15, Terry, at 511 on the white, 436 on the red. New crop down 14 at 551 on the white, 466 on the red. Cash corn down 8 at 382. New crop is down 6 at 376. Cash soybeans down 21 at 911, and new crop also down 21, Terry, at 927.
You have a nice weekend, Gary. We'll talk to you Monday.
All right. Sounds good. Stay warm.
Oh, I will. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust. They've got locations to serve you all across the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region, and they're adding a location as well. We'll tell you a lot more about that as we go through the next few weeks. 1895 is when they started making agricultural loans, and they've been doing it ever since. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust, equal opportunity lender, and member FDIC. And the market report brought to you by the Rummel Agency. You know, they do understand the risks that you face as a Michigan farm and agribusiness owner. That's why they want to get to know you one-on-one, so they can help get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family at a price that you can work with. The Rummel Agency, with offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro. Doug Klein, good morning. Are you there, Doug?
I'm here.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning. I thought for a minute you were hiding.
Oh, the big red is in grains. Everything else is getting somewhat of a bounce today. The Dow's up about 60 basis points. The S&P about 1%, and the Nasdaq at 1.5%. So that's okay. General Motors and Ford both had their sales numbers out today. Best in 5 years for them. So I don't know. Things are looking better, maybe. Everything in mining is rough. Rio Tinto and BHP both hit new lows today. So I'm going to say the steel industry, iron ore mining is rough. Biden blocked the merger with U.S. Steel and Nippon. So U.S. Steel is down about 6% today. Not a big deal, but that's going on.
I was just kind of curious about that, because obviously the reports are that the president thinks that this is not good, and that's why he, because of national security, as I understand it.
Right.
I'm assuming so, but I don't know.
I don't know if it's that important, anymore. If steel is that much of an important thing, or if it was just a political thing that he did for the point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it was a union thing for sure. The union was not behind the merger, because it always ends up costing jobs, guaranteed. No matter what they promise, it's going to happen if it goes through. So I'm sure that had a little bit to do with it. Natural gas is down 18% in the last 2 days since it hit its new high. So, again, volatile as heck, and I don't think it's all that warm out there. So I would think, if I was natural gas, I'd be going up today.
I think I agree with you there.
It's like, well, I don't know. But I did get some heated gloves, so when I pushed snow this morning, my fingers didn't freeze complete icicle. So finally good, finally high-tech enough to have warm fingers when I'm shoveling snow.
You're ahead of the game.
By the way, we got a lot more snow in Caro than you got in anywhere else. Over here, there was no snow in Frankenmuth. Not really.
Yeah.
Not enough to even push away, but we had about 3-4 inches over there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It was the Caro Clipper that came through, I guess.
I think so.
I'm thinking,
the Cass City Clipper. You're just too close to them.
That's the thing now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right. Well, here's your numbers. The March corn is 451 1/4, down 8 1/4. The September corn 438, down 7 1/4. March soybeans 991, down 21. The September soybeans 1003 1/4, also down 21. March wheat is 530 1/2, down 15 1/4, and September wheat is 564 1/4, down 13. Crude oil is 73.97, up 84 cents. Heating oil is 234.40, that's down a penny. Gasoline is 206.06, that's up 0.8 of a penny. Natural gas 299 1/2, down 14.9 cents. And by the way, I got a propane delivered today at the gun club for $1.50. So it's come down a little bit. Yeah, $1.68 was the going rate not too long ago. So it's okay. Over the currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.4458 Canadian. That's up about 55 ticks. On the yen, the dollar buys 157.25 yen. That's down 27 ticks. The euro's at 102.88. That's getting cheap again, but up 23 ticks today. The dollar's hovering at 109, pretty close, 109.05, down 34 ticks. Gold is at 26.4980, down $9 an ounce. Silver's 30.05, up 43 cents. Platinum's unchanged at $908.90, and copper's at $406.60. That's up 4 cents.
You have a nice weekend, Doug.
Thank you. You too.
Enjoy that propane, okay?
You bet.
Talk to you on Monday. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They are your Dairyland seed dealer. Justin Barner is the guy you want to talk to over there to get things all lined up for 2025. Remember, Dairyland Seed. They've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. Where serving you is their business. When we return, we're going to touch base with CJ Miller from Michigan Ag Today as they talked about 2024 and what the market did over the past 12 months. He comes along, but first this.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Well, if you were to choose just one word to describe the grain markets last year, that word might just be volatility.
2024 is going to go down as a year that had its ups and downs.
And that's Carl Setzer with Consus Ag Consulting, even though the year ended more down than up. If you take the nearby contracts for corn, wheat, and soybeans on the last trading day of 2023 and compare those to the last trading day of 2024, you'll find that corn has fallen by 12 3/4 cents a bushel. Wheat is down by 76.5 cents a bushel. But the biggest drop has been in soybeans, which has fallen by $2.95 a bushel. Setzer says at one point, grain prices were on track to end even lower.
It actually subsided a little bit as we got through the first part of the holiday season. And then in the year end, we saw the big volatility come back in with heavy fund positioning and funds really adding to their corn complex throughout December, taking it to over 200,000 contracts to the long side. Then all of a sudden we get to the end of the month and the funds played catch up in the soy complex. And that's what gave us our big gains going into the New Year's break.
Overall, Setzer says there are signs that point to a little bit of optimism for grain prices as we start off 2025.
Our market gradually came back to these levels, and it really didn't slow down our demand at all. We will see demand slow a little bit as we move into 2025, but it seasonally does. That's not going to come as a shock. The thing is, we are well ahead of where we typically are for sales and for domestic demand, and that's starting to edge our market higher. I'm not saying we won't see corrections, but the market is definitely telling us that it is comfortable at today's levels, which is a good sign moving forward.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their conveniently located offices today and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more as well by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Stephanie Zelenko joining us right now from AgriLiquid. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's back to work, huh?
It is. It's time to get back to work.
And there's a whole lot of things that need to be done right now.
This kind of starts our meeting season, whether you're presenting like me or attending like I do as well. Lots of opportunity to get out there and learn and then work with those consultants that, deal with fertility or crop inputs on a daily basis and get their opinions to help you make those decisions for this coming season.
Now, of course, there's a lot of events coming up in January, but I understand that AgriLiquid's going to be having some virtual seminars coming up, in February?
Yes, in February, we are going to have the 3rd annual Crop Nutrition Week. It's a free program. You can just go to cropnutritionweek.com to register for that. The registration is open, and you just get daily emails of information about different crop inputs. We have 3 different webinars that we work with RSD on filming, and we'll have all of those directed to your email box every day during the week.
Fantastic. Well, look, and we can get more information on that by going where, Stephanie?
Go to the Crop Nutrition Week website, which is cropnutritionweek.com.
Fantastic. Have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
You too.
All righty. We'll be right back.
WSGW is your station for
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at High Fidelity Genetics, offering non-GMO seed, corn, and soybeans that qualify for organic production. High quality, high yielding seed at half the price. Check it out. HighFidelityGenetics.com for more information. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.